So, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about what are you going to do about these complaints that you have. I talk to people all the time and they have complaints. Everybody's got complaints. Of course you do. I do too. But the question isn't what are your complaints, although it makes good lunchtime conversation, I guess. The question is, what are you going to do about those complaints? You complain about your money, your job, your lack of time, your lifestyle, your health, your relationships, your weight, your education, your income. There's lots of things to complain about. And I'm Scott Fox from scottfox.com and clickmillionaires.com. And these are the sort of problems I like to help you work on. Because it's easy to complain. It's really easy. It's harder to solve, obviously. It's not easy to solve those problems, or you would have done it already. You wouldn't even be watching this video. But the problems remain. So I ask, what are you going to do about it? Whatever it is. And what are you going to do about it today? You should pick an issue. Pick a problem, or maybe two, and focus on it. Stop complaining for a minute. If you weren't trained to take action, it's easy to whine, to be a victim. Especially if these problems are things which have been inserted into your life by other people, forced upon you. Circumstances often conspire to drag us down. I'm with you on that. But that doesn't absolve you of the responsibility and the opportunity to do something about it. So what are you going to do about it? Let's do something today. The longest journey begins with a single step. That's a Chinese philosopher. I think maybe Lao Tzu. Somebody can correct me on that in the comments. Maybe leave me a comment below and let me know. The longest journey begins with a single step. So yeah, you've got a whole bunch of problems. I'm sorry to hear that. I am. I wish life was better for you. But what are you going to do about it? You're in charge here. So I'd think of this more like maybe like a 12-step program like Alcoholics Anonymous. It's a hallmark of those sorts of programs that they say, one day at a time. One day at a time. Don't look so far ahead that the problems just seem even larger. If you think too far ahead, you just get overwhelmed. The weight just bears down on you, and it can really depress you when you figure out how far you have to go to solve these problems. But one step at a time is a good way to do things. It's the same way you learn to read, one letter at a time. Or the way you learn to walk, literally one step at a time as a child. Breaking things down into smaller pieces. What are the smaller steps that you can take one day at a time to tackle that big problem or issue or responsibility that's been bringing you down and slowing your progress towards the lifestyle that you want to have? TV tells us that everything is easy, but it isn't. Your problems probably accrued one day at a time. So maybe the solutions could be an unwinding, a rewinding of those problems. Start climbing back out of those holes one day at a time, just as you climbed into them. They make you dizzy there? So how do you build a sandcastle? Well, you build a sandcastle one grain of sand at a time, to quote my dear mother. So here's some ideas for you. What are you doing about it? Well, relationships. How about call a friend? Call a friend or two friends that you haven't spoken to in a while. Or you can email or Facebook them or whatever, but a phone is better, more personal. Even better, get together for lunch or dinner or a drink or a movie. How about your weight? Well, I'm a skinny guy, I'll admit that. But I have lots of friends who struggle with their weight, and the best thing to do is turn off this video and go walk around the block. Turn off the TV. Exercise is the key, and adjust your eating habits. And the easy one I do is I never take the elevator. Walk the stairs. It's not going to kill you. Well, maybe not a 50-story building, but here and there. Take the stairs. How about a job? Get your resume together. Look online. Maybe go on LinkedIn.com. Brush up your profile. Maybe reach out, make a few new friends, grow your network. Join one of the groups there that's related to your industry to start building your network a little further. And money, if you're looking for more money, well, increase your education. There's lots of things to read online. Lots of smart people blogging and offering free email newsletters, like the ones I offer at scottfox.com. Free email newsletters. You can learn one day at a time. Little bits, like a language, like learning to walk, solving your problems one day at a time, learning, increasing your skills, get a raise, start your own business. In fact, that's my best recommendation. Get your own business going online. Most roads lead that way for me. I'm an online business guy. That's what we talk about at clickmillionaires.com. And both of my books, Internet Riches and E-Riches 2.0, they're about starting and building your own business online so you can take control of your own life. These are all suggestions for you. I don't know what your problem is. I don't know why you're here today. But my guess is that you've got something you've been putting off and that you're ready to deal with, at least in a small way. So don't overwhelm yourself. You don't have to solve it all. But one step at a time, one day at a time, in small bites, I think you can do that. I'd like to help you if I can. Leave me a comment if there's something I can do for you at scottfox.com, or if you see this video on YouTube or over in the clickmillionaires.com private forum for my coaching members. Whatever I can do to help you, I'd like to help, because that's what I'm doing about it. Thanks for listening. I'm Scott Fox. See you real soon at scottfox.com, or come take the free trial of clickmillionaires.com anytime. Be happy to work with you, one day at a time.